Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Flash versus GooJila, Hero and Outsider from WCG 2010, the Grand Final. I did cast this game back in 2017, right after the Remastered client was released, but I figured it's worth a revisit. To bottom side, we have a white Terran player. It is Flash. And on the left side, it is a teal Protoss, GooJila, also known as Cal. If you search GooJila Brood War, it brings up Cal. Apparently he changed his name to Cal for StarCraft, but after 2010, I feel like, because the replay name is GooJila versus Flash. So, I don't know. Should I label this Flash versus Cal or Flash versus GooJila? Let me know in the comments. Alright, man. So, what YouTube channel was it? PC Gamers YouTube channel? I feel like it's a gaming magazine's YouTube channel. It has basically like a 15 or 16 minute history of StarCraft and how much it means to Korea. And let me know, and I'll put it in the description. So, OnGameNet is the TV station that was in Korea that showed StarCraft games when StarCraft was sweeping the country back in 98, 99, 2000, and who are we kidding? Still sweeping the country today. So, no proxies here for either of these players. It's a 3-player map. Carriers are good here. So, we will see if GooJila is going to go carriers. I have no idea what this game is. Even though, again, I did cast it back in 2017. Is it a Nexus first play? A Nexus first play against Flash in the Grand Finals. In the Grand Finals. From 2010, GooJila, honestly, the cojones on you, my friend. I was not expecting this at all. You know how I always talk about in TVP where like, yo, you make sure you get your gateway and cybercore up because there's going to be vultures coming to kill you, and if you don't have dragoons, you just die. So GooJila is putting that to the test right now, extremely strongly. Like, really strong, putting it to the test shenanigans here. So, SCV going out for scouting reasons. This is a weird map. Ooh, or no, expansion reasons? He's not going to try to glitch through here. This is him taking a second base after... Oh, okay, after the barracks and walling off, so... Interesting. I wonder if this is a meta difference from 2020 or 2010 to, like, now, but... Look at this. Neither player is, like, super interested in getting Tier 2 units out. No factory, right? Cybernetics core is not even done yet for the Protoss. And it's totally working out. GooJila is getting away with this Nexus first play. Is not even getting scouted. Flash is scouting the wrong direction first. Insane. And yes, I am under the weather. So the voice is definitely not at 100%, but I'm feeling alright. I'm not like dying over here, so don't worry about it. If you're worried about me, don't. I get an upper respiratory infection every like year or so. And if you've been a fan of mine, if you've been watching my casts for at least a year, you probably remember about the same time last year, my voice was dying on me. And I had to do a couple NPR casts where I talk like this, and it's soft and smooth. And this is the only part of my voice that was working. But most of my voice is here still, so, and it seems to be getting better. I don't think I'm going to lose my entire voice this time around, which is nice. So SCP comes in, sees, that Nexus is done. Maybe a Nexus first, but also, I don't know. Could he tell that was a Nexus first? I bet he can. He's Flash. He's insanely good. Singularity charge is on the way, and he's like, alright, good. So I don't have to worry about Dragoons showing up with range super soon, at least. SCV gets sniped, but gets a full scout off, no problems at all. On the other side, GooJila doesn't know what's going on with Flash, but, I mean, you assume it's going to be vultures and tanks, man. And some Goliaths. I don't know what else you're going to be seeing here, but... Yeah, second gateway on the way, and just pretty happily on this 2 base. 2 bases are now running for Flash, but getting that base early is just incredibly a great advantage. Now, is Flash going to try to punish them? Look at that. Jumps out. He knows there's a probe coming, so he jumps out to get some free hits on it and hopes that GooJila doesn't pull it back in time. But GooJila did not make it to the final of WCG 2010 by being bad at StarCraft, by being a bad Protoss player, all right? Third Nexus here for minerals only, it looks like, or maybe just checking to see there's no vultures glitching through these minerals, because that's something you have to worry about too on this map. It's a weird map, glitches are, oh, he's doing the thing. Yeah, pylon here. Oh, and then you stick yourself in here, and you make another pylon, and it like glitches you through. So that's usually, or maybe this is just a scouting pylon. I mean, it could be used for glitching. It could also just be used for, you know, in case vultures try to glitch through here, SCVs try to come through, whatever. He's just going to have some advanced warning with the vision this pylon is giving him, so that's fine too. Très bien, très bien. 50 to 42 total workers in favor of GooJila. Robotics facility coming in because he doesn't know if it's going to be vultures or what. And it is going to be vultures, obviously, but not going for spider mines first. It's siege tanks. So bit of a tank marine push. It feels like what we're looking at here. Out of flash. And then maybe taking a third base too. Yep, there we go. Third command center just about finishing. Citadel of Adun is on the way from the Protoss. He's got Dragoons to defend here. And yeah, siege mode done at 5 minutes is fantastique. Man, if you watched the Light versus Snow game from the channel just a few days ago now, like, small spoiler, but Light didn't get siege mode until like 12 minutes. Like, it was so late that it was not getting siege mode, and it was freaking me out. Like, again, I don't play Terran. I'm not like a huge Terran stan or anything, but I'd prefer to see players do smart things, and like delaying incredibly important upgrades like that hurts me. Anyway, Stargate coming in. Looks like we're going, yeah, there we go. Going for that Arbiter stuff off of 2 base. No big deal. Get some stasis out. Stasis the tanks. Your attacks are stronger that way, etc., etc. But I mean, really do feel like we need a third base from GooJila. Like, it was nice he got the Nexus first. But him getting a third base, I guess now is what we're looking at here. And then maybe even a fourth would also be really good, because Flash is on 3 bases. And no, it's not 3 refineries, it's only the 2, because this is a minerals-only expansion, but it's a lot of vultures, man. There's going to be a ton of spider mines rolling around. That said, there is no upgrade coming in here for those spider mines. But vultures are on the way, vehicle weapons coming in, and we're going to start Arbiter production as soon as the Tribunal, look at him leaving a perfect spot for the Tribunal here. Just a little nestled away here is GooJila's Tribunal. Additional factories getting started here from Flash. So I had a discussion. I cast a Jaedong game the other week, and people, spoiler alert, people were like, Jaedong can lose? And I was like, yeah, man, like, even Flash, right? Probably the best StarCraft player of all time. It's hard to compare eras. Like, was I Love OV better? Was Boxer better? More formative to the game? Maybe. But, like, Flash's just sheer dominance is insane. He won 70% of his games. 70%, which, insanely high, but it means he lost 30% of them. So, yeah, any number of games that you're watching a Flash game, there's a 30% chance that he's going to lose it. Just those are the numbers. And that's way lower than most players, but it's not. Flash does not win every single match he's ever played his entire life. GooJila casually flying an observer in to get murdered by a missile turret. Like, he was microing that. I guess he was like, well, it's already dead. Might as well come in and see what's going on. But big old SCV countdown here for sure. Barracks scouting out, trying to see what. And that third base is done from GooJila. 54 to 54 workers. So Flash's macro, he's caught up. There was a worker discrepancy there, and now it's gone. It is even. So are we going to start whittling down this tank count? It can be hard on this map. You have this little choke to come through, and there's high ground for tanks and low ground for tanks, and they can spread. And yeah, if GooJila's going to come through here and finish, try to deal with that. Also harassing. I like this too. Little Dragoon harassment back here. Takes forever to kill SCVs with this, but whatever. It does, it draws most of the army back here to deal with this, and then just jumping in. Killing that barracks means you have to make another barracks if you're going to build any more factories. I think you can jump on these. He got afraid. He got afraid. He could have jumped in and killed these 2 siege tanks, but he was worried about, I guess he doesn't have to worry about spider mines because there's an observer here. Yeah, a little too timid. A little too timid there. I know the armor for Flash was coming back, and that window was very small, but if you're going to beat Flash, you got to take advantage of small windows like that. Here we go. So jumping in, killing a tank, not losing anything in the process. Excellent stuff there. There's a shuttle with zealots in it for zealot bomberuskis. And honestly, this should be 4th base timing here from GooJila. If he's kind of keeping Flash tucked away in here, it's safe for him to expand, and maybe here, not a terrible idea. Additional gateways coming up. Arbiters in production. Yeah, stasis is on the way, and Arbiter is out. 132 to 133 supply. Flash has a lead, but it's minuscule. It is not, doesn't mean anything. Spider Mines is now getting researched at about 10 minutes. It's almost done. So that's good news. Using the shuttle for scouting purposes for the most part. And like, so in modern, I feel like in modern PvT, we would be seeing a few Goliaths by this point to deal with the Arbiters. And I guess there is one out. But we'd usually see maybe 3 or 4, which isn't a huge difference. But if you're trying to kill an Arbiter with a single Goliath, it's just not as good. Oh, beautiful stasis opportunity here. I guess Marines are decent anti-air as well. Not enough energy for a stasis, unfortunately. An Observer gets sniped there, too. And then Vulture's coming up. Oh, Probe, you should have thrown down an expansion. You had 800 minerals. You could have done it. He's making more Zealots because he's like, all right, the tank count is getting kind of nuts. More Zealots is going to be better for me for sure. Carolyn boost is on the way from Flash. Still not really making any more Goliaths necessarily. This is such a heavy Vulture tank setup right now. And wow, just kind of jumping in, man. This is exactly what we want to do. Tanks are sieging up. Ah, there's your stasis. Zealots getting on top there as well. That is 3 siege tanks that get stasis, and beautifully done there by GooJila. Slash Cal. He's eating some spider mines. That's fine. Clearing spider mines out so they're not killing you later is not a bad thing, but also kind of protecting the retreat here from Flash. So GooJila eats that attack for breakfast. He really needs a 4th base, though. The fact that he did that is great, but also he needs a 4th. This spider mine's blocking that, isn't it? Blocking that attempted expansion. GooJila floating about 1,000 minerals, which isn't great, but he's making 10 Dragoons at a time. Those are going to start popping and make another, maybe a huge round. Yeah, back up to 6 Dragoons. So yeah, he's spending his money as it comes in, and then just waiting for these guys to come out of stasis and murdering them as soon as they do. As soon as they do. Recall on the way. And yeah, has to get a cannon up to kill this spider mine. Where's his detection? I know he's had observers. He's got one right here. Bring it up like 4 inches. Oh, he used Dragoons to clear out the spider mines with their bodies. Okay, fair enough, I guess. So Vulture's heading up. We're going to get another probe at least. That's cool. Maybe kill a cannon that's warping in. That's not too hard for us to do either. And they do get that, and then getting some damage off on the Nexus is super annoying too. So GooJila pushing. He's got +1 attack. The Vultures are at +1/+1 on the armor. Recall is getting researched for sure. Dragoon's trying to make sure there's not a base up there at that spawn location for the 12 o'clock-ish, or the 1 o'clock here on Outsider. But yeah, no sign of a transition into carriers or anything. Recalls might be part of the play here, yes. These Vultures are just fighting against these Dragoons, man. They're feeling it's all about that lifestyle, man. Okay, so reinforcing Dragoons come in and make sure the Vultures have to skedaddle on out of there, and reinforcing Dragoons is kind of the tail of the tape right now for the Protoss player. GooJila is working on more and more and more of them. He's got this base rolling, this base rolling. He's got 2 Nexuses under construction. Oh, down here too. Nice. So he is expanding a bunch, which he needs to do, especially against Flash. So if this was a lower level Terran player, maybe not as big of a deal, but against Flash in 2010, like, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the on-game net implies that this was broadcast on Korean TV live, which is just awesome. Like, it makes me so happy. There's an entire country heavily devoted to the concept of StarCraft. It's great. And again, I always imagine the Blizzard executives back in '98 being like, all right, cool, so, you know, this StarCraft is selling pretty well. Got some good numbers here, and they're like, what are the sales numbers? Well, the country that sold the most copies is South Korea. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? We've never sold anything in South Korea before, right? Warcraft is not crazy popular down there. Diablo is not crazy popular down there. And for whatever reason, again, different articles that as these Vultures get completely caught out, different articles I've read have said there was a bit of an unemployment spike in Korea in '98. So there were quite a few unemployed Korean dudes who were just spending all day at the PC bongs, and StarCraft came out, and it just caught the attention of enough of them, and it spread virally. Right? It was the PC bongs that did all that stuff. Recall on the right side, though, and Flash. Okay, so his fourth base is just in a lot of trouble. Don't fight against the missile turret Arbiter. Don't do it, man. Oh, you're going to lose that battle. For sure. Gross, but siege tanks are harassing this fourth base of GooJila's too. So both players losing access to very important sources of income right now, which kind of puts us at a wash. But it's 188 to 168 supply here in favor of GooJila. He recalls in to save his fourth base, or whatever this is, a fifth base. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fifth base of his. And Flash is getting knocked back to 3 all of a sudden. 2 all of a sudden. Dude, GooJila. Again, I'm telling you, this dude did not make it to the grand finals in WCG 2010 for no reason. He's giving Flash everything he can handle. EMP on that Arbiter and murdering it, trying to murder it as well. Just coming right on in, though. He's like, all right, I need to kind of force the issue here. I don't have as much income as I hope I do, as I need anyway. Look at this. Get up the ramp. You can kill these siege tanks, guys. You got +1 attack. I wish you had more. 2 is almost there, but Flash pushing right up the throat of GooJila right now, getting into his main base. Same thing here, though. Dragoons on top of the production for Flash, which is super ultra bad as well. This game, I don't think I gave this an epic tag when I cast it originally back in 2017, but you know what? Maybe I gosh darn should have. This is absolutely insane right now at 16 minutes. Dragoons +2 attack kicks in. Tanks are at +2 attack and +1 armor. There's vultures responding to these Dragoons. That's not going to work out all that well. But GooJila losing his natural base is a problem. He's got his fifth base back, his fourth base, his third base. Everything else is pretty happy for him right now. He definitely has more income than Flash does. And these Dragoons are just kind of casually sitting in here, killing Dragoons that are spawning out of these factories alone, one by one. A siege tank comes up, and it gets killed. Another siege tank shows up, and it gets killed as well. Dragoons are so good against tanks if the tanks aren't in huge numbers. So it's 116 to 109 supply. It is scrappy right now. Oh, trying to do some very sneaky zealot bombing stuff on the small group of tanks that is denying the natural base of GooJila, but he's expanding again. He's expanding at the 12 o'clock here. I don't know how Flash keeps up economically right now. This is absolutely some of the sickest Protoss play I've seen, and again, it's GooJila. I have a lot of games between him and Jaedong. They played against each other a whole lot, but not as many PVTs, and his PVT is possibly better than his PVZ, and his PVZ is stellar. Dude, Flash is just letting tanks roll in. Again, there's a million things for him to pay attention to right now. I get it. Spider Mines, dragging in, killing vultures. Zealots are okay with that. And this newest source of income for Flash has to be evacuated from. He might end up losing this command center too. He does reestablish his right side base that did not die, but this command center, just getting hit by this many 2-2 Dragoons, no. That is definitely super dead. 111 to 109 supply. On the other side, Vulture harass here at the 12 o'clock position. Shutdowns mining from there. I told you, Outsider's a crazy map, man. Siege tanks shutting down this left side bottom base of GooJila too. Flash is refusing to die. He's refusing to get knocked down to 2 bases with no income and just go home. He is here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum, right? So trying to bring some zealots down here to deal with this. And I mean, sure, they're going to kill one of the tanks. The other one going to die. There's vultures here, and the repair on the tank is not enough. Oh, it is enough to save it down to like 9 HP there. That's insane. That's insane. Dude, Flash denying bases, retaking bases, also losing bases. He's having one heck of a game right now. He is scrapping and clawing. GooJila scrapping too. He was able to retake this 12 o'clock. Zealots making sure that happens. He's like, can I just come over here? Yeah, absolutely. We can just shuttle Dragoons over. No big deal. Is he going to repair the siege tank? Yes, but there's too many Dragoons. Spider Mines are going to connect here, though. Dragoons are dying. Oh, yes, Dragoons are definitely dying on that one. This is another recall, apparently. Zealots got inside the main base. Some of them are heading up on the... Oh, Flash. Dude, Flash, I don't know about this. This game... Okay, I'm epic tagging this game. I cannot believe that Flash is not dead yet. Every time I think there's too much to overcome, he's up 120 to 106 supply. He denies this 12 o'clock base of GooJila's. He's pushing the front door of the Protoss with a pretty big, scary mech army. Flash doesn't have hardly any income right now. Okay, the natural base exists, but it's quickly running out of resources. That won't be there for very long. And this is, I mean, if GooJila can't get rid of this army on top of his production, though, he's just going to die. This 12 o'clock, still dealing with these siege tanks. And that's going back to work, too. So having better income is nice, but if you don't have any production facilities, how much does it matter? And then Flash back again with another attack. But Zealots and Dragoons inside the main base. This is abject chaos. Right now, there are so many little battles happening everywhere, and some of them are bigger battles happening everywhere, too. Both players have got enemy units on top of their production, killing their stuff as soon as it comes out of their production facilities here. Nobody's supply blocked, which is actually pretty nice. This Nexus just straight up goes down to siege tanks and Goliaths here. Did I have epic tags back in 2017? I'm not sure that I did. Flash does manage to take this minerals-only expansion, which is going to be really super important for him. And then he does, okay, Arbiter comes in, Stasis is a couple siege tanks, and then that should be enough to clear this out. Dragoons from the south, Zealots and Dragoons from the top. He saves his main base. He's got 5 gateways, 6, 7, he's got 8 gateways he's operating off of right now, which is great. He doesn't have a ton of cash. He's spending it as well as he can. Zealots just kind of willy-nilly this way and that way. Not quite sure what they're attacking me with. That was decent micro for sure. This is a pretty naked expand here. Like, I feel like if GooJila knew this was here, just kind of beeline for it with some Zealots and shut it down, I think he would just win this game. So we'll see. We'll see if he recognizes what's going on or if he's just too on the defensive, which is the entire point of what's going on here. Flash coming up to this 12 o'clock base again, but preemptively unloading some Zealots down here with some Dragoons to make, and then shuttling more stuff over too, just to make sure this is not as easy for Flash to shut down as it was the last time he was here, maybe the last couple times that he was here. So +2 attack versus +2/+2. Okay, Dragoons, Science Vessel gets sniped. That's not cheap for sure. And another tank gonna go down. No, 10 HP, but unloading more Zealots. GooJila! Again, such a weird map. Another tank goes down. 81 to 42 supply. Flashes up big time right now. He's got more and more Vultures coming in, more tanks coming up here too. Zealots in production. GooJila does not have a ton of money, but he's mining happily here. He's just, that's it. He's got this one mineral base here. Man, this is insane. I think Flash has it, though. He's really only got this one base mining, but so does GooJila. And if GooJila loses his one base mining and Flash keeps his one base mining, the shuttle gets sniped by the Goliaths, and that means that Flash owns this side of the mineral line, and I don't know how GooJila comes back from this. He's got so many probes here. He had so many probes here. He's losing them. They're running. He's only at 17 workers at the moment. Flash has retaken this right side base. It has died twice. He's brought it back from the dead. And that is exactly why you clicked on a Flash game today. Is the comeback potential of this king is always there. And I really think he's done it here. He's sniped so many Nexuses today. He's killed so many probes. He's lost command centers and SCVs. He's had Zealots and Dragoons inside his main base. He took out a large chunk of GooJila's main. It doesn't matter in the end. He did enough damage. He harassed enough on this very weird map. He just leaves a single solitary tank to finish off that Nexus at the 12 o'clock. And GG. GooJila taps out, and Flash is your winner in 24 minutes and just 1 second. Insanely good. I have to epic tag that. That was back and forth and up and down, and so many players lost so many workers and so many total bases too. I mean, it was just 100% as good a PvT as you're going to find. I mean, I know this one wasn't, 45 minutes long or an hour long either, but man, 24 minutes of basically jam-packed stuff. GooJila went Nexus first against Flash, got away with it, and then lost the game. That's how good Flash is here. Very weird map again. Really benefits the capabilities of being able to set up on other side of mineral lines and harass bases. Right? That happened everywhere. I guess that didn't really happen here. He just got recalled on top of, is what happened. But yeah, at the end of the day, Flash played his heart out and got the win. This was not him easily crushing GooJila. GooJila was very good. He did a ton of damage. That early push out, he won that. He won that early push out. No big deal. But then Flash, just his macro, his upgrade timings, his ability to sense when he can safely expand and re-expand after he loses a base here. Having these 2 bases, everything to him. Everything. And economically, dead up there. So, GG. I mean, Flash replay. What else did you expect other than an incredible game? 161,000 points there from GooJila, 178 for Flash. Did outproduce the Protoss, 500 to 276, which is just a problem in a PvT. Kill death ratio, 250 to 305. Yeah, so GooJila killed more stuff, but I got outproduced by 2 to 1. That's going to be our. Both players lost 27. Okay, 27 and 28 buildings down for both players. Total spent 45,000 for Flash and 43 for GooJila. So yeah, if you can't outspend your Terran opponent, you're just not going to win most of these, especially against Flash. He really did his best. He had a ton of bases, but my goodness, did he? I mean, 100%. He just 100% out macroed GooJila just with the power of harassment. He never had more bases than he did, right? Oh, that's crazy. I don't think he ever had more bases. Well done. Well done. All right, so that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and an epic match between Flash and GooJila. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.